Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, Sunday the 25th of November. Thanks for watching weatherweb.net. As usual, the site's kept free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen here. So, by you coming back and using the site regularly and using the adverts regularly, that's what keeps us free of charge. And that also means that we can give you all the information we can, all the charts, etc., and make developments on the site too. The site is a commercial activity. We're not a hobby site, we're not an amateur site. This is a professional site that's run on commercial lines, so it's important that we break even, and that means that we can plough more into the site and give you more information every day. So thank you for visiting us. You can follow us on Twitter at Weather School, and Facebook, do a search for Weather School too. Okay, this is the pressure chart for today. Low pressure, a complex area of low pressure, one out to the east. This is the feature that's caused all the flooding overnight and brought the strong winds. Another feature just coming into the west, but the most important part of this forecast is going to be the cold. It looks like we are going to be getting a taste of winter, and winter proper as well, particularly kicking in towards the end of this week. It's going to be feeling colder day by day as we go through the week, and then really things kick in towards the end of the week across the whole of the country. This is the pressure trace for London from the GFS model, and you can just see here, look, how temperatures just go downwards over the next 7 days. This taking us through to the 3rd of December, and that's pretty much the pattern across most of the country. Interestingly though, just notice here, look, this is the rainfall, okay, in 6 hour steps. See, we've got some rainfall coming through until we get through to sort of early part of Wednesday, but then notice what happens after that. Look, you see how we've got rainfall just clearing away, look, and we lose most of the rainfall during this second half of the forecast period just in here. So we're losing the rainfall as it gets colder, but that's not going to be the story everywhere. The other thing I want you to notice as well is, see this blue line here, this is the 0 degrees Celsius line. The blue line here is minimum temperatures. Notice how they're below freezing consistently, and just look at this depth of cold here by the time we're getting through to the beginning of the week after next. This is getting into sort of late November 2010 levels, so I think we are going to be cold. Daytime temperatures probably 2s at the most in London by then, and that's pretty much the story across the whole of the country. There's Birmingham, look, you see, shows this trace downwards as well, and temperatures falling below freezing by the time we get into Thursday, and minimum temperatures holding below freezing throughout the period, temperatures struggling to 2s and 3s. That's enough to start freezing pipes, I think, into the early part of the week after next. Similar for Manchester, look, downward trend in temperature, and you're going to be seeing similar conditions through Glasgow and also Aberdeen as well there. Look how cold Aberdeen becomes during the next 7 days. So certainly these temperatures are going to be tanking out. I'll give you more information on that in just a moment. Back to today, low pressure, complex area of low pressure, then through the country. Here's the rain for this afternoon coming back into Wales and the southwest of England. Look, that clears its way eastwards through the course of a Monday, although Monday looks like being an unsettled day with heavy rain and showers. But the most important part of this is that as that low clears east, it introduces this northeasterly wind through the country, and it's that brings in the real cold air, as well as, look, a northerly regime coming into the north. Now this rain falling across the north and across the Pennines here is likely to be falling as snow over higher ground. Low levels probably okay. I think through into Tuesday, still got that low around, so really horrible conditions with this northeasterly flow persisting through the country. Look, so staying cold. Low pressure is centered out here towards the east, but I think this basically means that these eastern coasts probably seeing the showers turning increasingly wintry. I think bands of showers and rain clearing their way westwards. Best the conditions western Scotland, northwest England, western parts of Wales, and the western parts of the Midlands too. And then we become cold. Look, this is the charts heading in towards Wednesday, and we go into the north and northeast properly. This flow coming straight from the pole through the country. Notice how we've got the showers, look, down here across the eastern coast. These are likely to be falling as sleet and also as snow down these eastern coasts. Inland it's drier. I think this is where we start to see the frost developing, and then through the course of the day on Wednesday we've got sunny spells, scattered snow showers in the east, dry further west, and then overnight we've got a cold night to come as we head in towards Thursday morning. More snow showers affecting these eastern coasts, and notice that area of low pressure that zips its way south through Ireland overnight and through the day on Thursday. That could be bringing some more persistent snow or sleet across western parts of Ireland. So we stay cold into the weekend, then that northerly wind continuing to blow. Look, through next weekend it becomes really cold, this low just sinking its way southwards through the weekend. It brings snow showers. I think the area we need to watch is kind of the northern half of the UK, Northern Ireland, during next weekend. The potential for a snow event here, particularly I think sort of in this area, so kind of the east of Scotland and northeast of England. It's that sort of area where we could see quite a snow event taking place. And also I think we need to be watching out for this area here that becomes established, sort of West Wales, the northern parts of Cornwall, perhaps some sleet and snow showers there becoming quite persistent, bringing depths of snow across Exmoor and perhaps parts of the Welsh mountains. And then look, the low is in again next weekend, so we're going to be staying cold and we're going to be seeing some snow showers around. Not everywhere seeing them, don't get overexcited by it, most of them over high ground, but certainly going cold in. So what about further afield? Well, this is how things look as we go further ahead, and this again has been very consistent from the GFS ensemble. This fall off in temperatures, look, following the GFS, but then the slow increase here as we head around this sort of 7th, 9th period. And this is exactly the point that I've been making, that I thought that this cold snap would be short-lived. It would be a severe snap for sort of 3 or 4 days, and then temperatures would start to pick back up again. And I think that's going to be the pattern of the winter, and that's exactly what the GFS ensemble is attempting to show us. So the reason for that, if we look at the 500 millibar flows, this is the analysis from last night. British Isles is under here, look, you notice what's going on here. We've got this ridge, look, out in the Atlantic and this trough over Europe, but we've got this ridging, look, linking through across the pole into the Pacific from central parts of Russia. Now watch how this develops as the sequence runs through. So we find that ridge, look, strengthening in the Atlantic. It's that deepens the trough, look, across Europe. So this flow here building is sinking the cold air south, causing this trough to deepen through Europe. It builds the blocking high across the Atlantic, and also notice how that blocking high, look, has just become entrained across the pole and into the Pacific Ocean. So beyond that then, what happens? Well, the ridge is forecast to build and just stay there in the West Atlantic with a trough across Europe. Now what will happen is that trough will then sink further south into Europe. Look, there it goes. The flow is from the northeast across the British Isles. So what we're seeing here is high pressure up towards the north in here, low pressure down across Europe, and we're seeing the flow do that through the British Isles, and it's this that then brings the cold air across the country. So this is the 5th of December. Going further ahead, look, we find that those heights are below normal. The blue colour showing us the heights below normal across Europe. So still got a low pressure centred in here. But what will happen is that with the high receding out towards the west for a while, those winds still are coming in from an easterly direction, but the origin of the winds as they come around this low off the Bay of Biscay actually is a warmer origin. Yes, it comes up through colder Europe and then eastwards through the UK, but what it does is that easterly flow, because it originates in warmer climes across the Bay of Biscay, actually serves to lift temperatures up a little bit. So this is why I think between the 7th and the 9th we're going to see temperatures starting to lift. So I do think that's still the format of things. And then we find the block shift its way further west for a time. We find a normal westerly flow trying to develop across the Atlantic. It may not always be successful, especially if we get low pressure centred down here. But I think what it will mean is that between about the 9th and around the 16th, 17th, perhaps a little bit later, we're going to find temperatures recovering to near or just below normal values. But after that, I think we see another dip into cold levels. But I just want to leave you with the chart for temperature for London, because that really does show what happens over the next few days. This fall off in temperature is certainly going to be fairly dramatic. Thanks again for watching. That's all for now. As I said, weatherweb.net is kept free of charge by you coming back and visiting us, by using the videos, by using the adverts around the screen. So thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining and get ready to wrap up warm. Bye for now.